Hi, I'm Ken Lewis with Tomasi Studios. Today I'm going to show you how to make a drive wheel for a treadmill motor, probably for a 72-inch belt grinder. And over the course of this video you're going to see my shirt change about 3 times because the battery in my camera kept dying. Clearly I need a new camera, but I can't get one until you like and subscribe. So I got my drive wheel, and I've got my one wheel, and fits pretty darn close actually. Then I got this guy, and it looks like I did go far enough with it. Okay, so now I have my just standard spray adhesive. Just make sure that it is classified for both wood and metal. It's a major help. And then literally just give it a spray. And this is why I have to have something like this, either this or something like Gorilla Glue. I need something that's actually going to set kind of slowly. And the reason for that is I'm actually using my fingers right now to make sure that the outside is even. And if you use something like super glue or epoxy, you might have a misalignment where you really don't want one. Just gonna hold my fingers there. Maybe it's a good time for a time lapse, unless you really want to watch glue dry. And also keep in mind, kids, working with glue can be dirty. So the battery in my camera died, so this is actually day 2. I am wearing a different shirt because I'm not a total slob. So, good news, bad news. My glue is totally set. I can pound on it pretty good. It's actually pretty darn secure. Let's see, the fit is, it's actually pretty respectable. Now the next thing I gotta do is I gotta put a set pin in here. And yesterday, earlier, I set this guy up pretty good. It's actually gonna be, yeah, so that's actually going to go in about 3/4 of an inch. I only need about 1/2 an inch, so I'm actually going to cut this bolt off. There's a handful of ways you can do this, but tried and true method, just regular old bolt cutters, or you could just buy a bolt. If you're made of money. And that's how you custom make a set pin. So my next step is to take a metal capable drill bit, and I'm going to drill straight through the wood and into the metal. So the whole point here is to get, I'm going to say about, like I said, about 3/4 into this steel, and then I'm going to hit go with my die cast set. But step 1 is to drill the hole. So my method of actually setting this guy up, I need the hole to be right in this groove into the steel, because the steel is actually what holds the whole thing together. But I can't see what I'm doing when I'm drilling through here, and I don't want to mess up my my drive wheel. So just set it up literally just like this. Bring it down. That's about where I want it. Then bring it all the way back up. Do not move the steel part. And then keep this guy straight. Alright. So just make sure not to move anything. I don't like to clamp this kind of stuff down because the clamps actually tend to shift a little bit. Just go slowly. And then when I turn this guy on, I'm going to go into it. I'm only going through the wood and then just enough into the metal to mark it, not actually go all the way through it. So, as a teaching tool, I guess this is actually pretty good. This thing's actually a lot smaller than most of the drive wheels I find, but I still got it dead center where I wanted it, and I did it exactly as I was planned. How many times in life does that happen? So now, my die cast set. I admit it, I did not know that I needed a die cast set until I, used one for the first time, and now it's like I have no idea what I would do without it. So my next step is to take all this nasty Gorilla Glue paste stuff, and then I'm going to glue it up, put the pin in, I'm going to wait a day, and then hopefully tomorrow everything will be set, and then I'll be able to show you how to shape this so that it'll actually hold the belt on. So this is the part where I check myself. Okay. This looks pretty straight. Whew! Now that I've got the whole thing built, it's nice, it's straight. There are these tool marks here, and the next step is actually to make this perfectly smooth and then shape it so that it actually holds the belt on. So easiest way to do this is actually to put it on the machine it's actually going to go onto. So obviously I need to change out my wheels. Just take normal vice grips. These are my small ones, but any size vice grips will do. Grab the axle tightly, and the axle does run all the way through the machine. I've never seen a treadmill motor that didn't have a go-through axle. And again, it's righty-loosey because it's reverse thread. All right, then switch this guy out. Hope and pray that. This is also the easiest possible way to check the balance. Just manually kind of spin it and just check your balance. It's actually not too terrible. Yeah, it looks good. So now there is literally one step left. This thing actually came out pretty good. So what I need to do is I need to make a convex edge shape, not just a solid pressure like I was doing, but actually kind of dig in a little bit here, move around, dig a little bit into here, so that I have sort of a dome edge on this bad boy, and it's literally this big. Probably, man, a couple of millimeters, to be honest. And what's going to happen is that belt, if it wants to lift and kind of go off the machine, what's going to happen is it's going to get a little bit tighter. Not a lot, just a little bit. But the rotational inertia is going to have it go back to its path of least resistance, which means it's going to stay centered, which means it's not going to fly off and hit you in the face. Unless that's your thing, in which case I got nothing for you. So as you can see by that masterful performance, this thing is actually not dead straight like I would like it to be, like future grinders have been. But because the drive wheel is so well designed, it actually doesn't matter. This is what keeps the belt on. And of course, all I've got on me today are the super fine grain polishing belts, so I can't actually throw any sparks like I would like to. But the truth is, if you want to make really good knives, then this is a really handy tool to have. If you're going to do something like using an angle grinder, you're going to be constantly chasing your own mistakes. But I really do love these machines. I love making them. I love teaching people how to make them. So I guess that's it. Our journey has come to an end. If you have any questions, of course, feel free to ask. If you want to help me out by liking and subscribing, sure. If you have any vicious comments, hey, I can take it. Thanks a lot.